India's annual monsoon rainfall has improved in the past 10 days, speeding up sowing of key summer-sown crops like rice, cotton, Farm Minister Sharad Pawar said today. The poor rainfall in cane and pulses growing areas of Maharashtra and Karnataka is a cause of concern, but the sowing of crops other than coarse grains has been progressing well. The monsoon rains in India, the world's leading producer of some farm products, has been 23% below average since the 4-month season began in the month of June. The El Nino weather pattern is unlikely to affect monsoon rains, the IMD said today, providing good news to farmers already worried about drought as the monsoon remains below average. To the agro space, where we have seen some profit-taking as the monsoon covers most of India, chana futures have declined on improvement in the monsoon rains, triggered selling that offset the local demand ahead of the festive season. So there you have more than 0.5% of a decline coming in. The soybean prices in the meanwhile were steady as traders await a key demand-supply report, while soya oil eased, tracking a drop in the Malaysian palm oil prices. The agro markets are awaiting the U.S. Department of Agriculture or the USDA report, which will release its crop production and ending stocks, and also the world supply-demand forecast in the evening today. In the international markets, though, we have seen a run-up in prices. The Chicago corn prices are trading at a 13-month high, while the wheat also has edged higher, tracking the strength in corn as one of the worst droughts hit the U.S. Midwest grain belt in 25 years, and that really is worrying the crops there. In the spices space, you had the turmeric futures retreat from a fresh contract high hit earlier in the day on profit-taking after sharp gain in the prices. The turmeric prices have gained more than 11% in the month of July itself. There was a decline in jeera as well, despite fresh export inquiries, as traders cashed out the gains following rains in some part of Gujarat, the leading producer there. The pepper futures also were trading higher on thin domestic supplies and lesser stocks with major cultivating countries. Shifting focus then to sugar, and the prices have declined there as well as investors book profits in the commodity today. The sugar futures have jumped up 5.5% in the month of July, and the outlook remains bullish ahead of the festival season. For more on the prices and the supply situation, let's go across to Avinash Verma. He's Director General ISMA, and he joins us on a Delhi phone line. Avinash, hi, welcome to the show. The 5.5% run-up in sugar prices and then a bit of a respite today. How are you reading it?
I don't give much importance because the prices did move up because there was a general fall in the month of May. And generally, if you look at these 3 or 4 months, the prices do tend to go up slightly because these are the selling months and the buying months, and not much pressure on the mills to pay to the cane farmers. So there has been a slight correction, I would say, today. But generally, I feel the prices should be stabilizing at this level for the next 2-3 months.
The festive season would start from the month of August and then continues for the rest of the 2012 or the rest of the year for that matter. Avinash, would you say that you could be looking at consolidation and further gains only from here?
I don't see much of a run in the price. It's not going to go up by a couple of rupees or 3 rupees or that. Yes, there might be a slight improvement of 50 paisa, 1 rupee, but I don't see the retail prices actually moving up too much. Whatever movement we've seen in the last 2-3 months, this has been more on account of the ex-mill prices or the future prices. But if you really see the retail price, the grocery shop prices, those have been almost flat for the last 1 year or so at about 35 rupees or so, 34, 35 rupees.
Avinash, if you look at the bigger picture, there are those harvest concerns in Brazil. The Indian output has been estimated lower. China is buying quite strongly. So all of these factors put together, would you say that the concerns about supplies in the international markets and India continue?
International market, this year again, everybody is expecting that there will be a surplus production over the consumption internationally, about 3 to 5 million tons. Still early days to really confirm the exact numbers, but there is a surplus. But as concerns the earlier predictions that there would have been a higher surplus of about 7 million tons, the number is looking at a lower level now because of lower crushing in Brazil because of late rains there. And the Indian monsoon also not looking very good earlier. So ISMA has also revised its figures downwards to 25 million as compared to 26 million this year. So all this has kind of given some kind of an improvement in the sentiments in the international market.
All right, Avinash, we'll let you go at that. Thank you so much for joining us. So lots of positive cues. Today is just a breather, as Avinash said, not reading too much into it, and the support or the consolidation would just continue. Vijay, another thing that has been running up has been the wheat prices, up nearly 2.5% on NCDX today. 1280 or thereabout is how that one is trading. What's your sense on that?
Manisha, I remain bullish on edible commodities, agri-commodities. I think staples, edible oils and pulses will continue to edge up along with sugar. I think wheat has started to move, and this move can extend. There is a possibility that from 1280, like you mentioned, there is a possibility of 1325, maybe 1360 also, which could become a possibility should the monsoon start to weaken again. And I think on the MCX, since the contract is not very liquid, the focus is there on the NCDX, but one really can't make too much money out of this trade because the cost of carry tends to be fairly high. For traders, this becomes more of a yardstick to measure inflation rather than basically make too much money as you could in terms of liquid contracts like either crude palm oil or to a certain degree even refined soya oil on the NCDX.
Point well taken. So bullish cues coming in for most of those agro commodities, even though the monsoons have hit all of India, but the yield, seed maturity and the final output is still under consideration there.